G'day guys, Michael VK3HAU here, and today we're going to put on our comms hat. So Banksia Group Comms Officer here, should I say, and also Comms Officer for Longford. Bit of a different video today. Today we're going to explain how we go about setting up the phonetics on the supplementary alerting system for your station. If you have the login details for your station and you wish to have a PC or laptop running with the SAS program or supplementary alerting system running on the web browser, highly recommend that you make sure that you're on this turnout page. And let me just bring my mouse over to show you what I'm talking about. Here on the turnout events page. So when you get a message comes across, it reads it out to you. That's why I recommend it. It's good function. But the problem is the phonetics need to be set up properly for it to work properly. Otherwise, it just sounds like garble if you're not really paying attention. It reads it out as it sees it. So let me just minimize my screen here. Pop myself down the bottom there. And as you can see, I have this corner here blanked out. So when I go to the screen over here to enter this phonetics, there's no phonetics in here at the moment. There's a save button just behind here where the cancel button is. It's next to that. Make sure you click the save button. I've got it hidden for privacy reasons, so you can't see the guys' last names there in the who attended these events. Anyway, but yeah, just trust me. You've got to click on the save button, otherwise it will not work. So, what am I talking about? Well, what I'm saying is if you don't do the phonetics down here, where you've got your phonetics, your messages don't quite make sense if you're not really paying attention. So let me just explain, let me just show you, if I click on this message. Now, it might sound a bit echoey. It's because the desktop microphone and the audio from that's being generated is coming through on the OBS software, and it might come across a bit echoey, so just ignore the echo. That's not normally there, but here we go.
Alert LSPT 1 non-structure fire code 1 burn off threatening Charlie's Street LOCH SPORT SVSE 8553 E1149689 FCGBCH CLFRD CLSPT F230708554.
So there's a lot in that message, and a lot doesn't need to be said. Same with this one.
Alert SALE 1 structure fire code 1 toilet on fire at Brennan Park corner Pearson Street / Storwell Street SALE SVSE 8586 B805487 FCLFRD CSALE F230708633.
All right, so let's break it down a bit. We've got alert SALE 1. So SALE or all paged areas have a like an overlay. So SALE will have an overlay from SALE 1 to SALE 9. I don't think they go up to SALE 9, but this is just an example. So that SALE 1 is basically the section of that area that is in the overlay. I believe that's how it works. Same with LOCH Sport. LOCH Sport will have between, LSPT is the abbreviation for LOCH Sport, and then 129 is the overlay of their area. And then you've got structural, or STRU, as it says, STRUC1. Well, we need to change that to say
Alert SALE 1 structure fire code 1 toilet on fire at Brennan Park corner Pearson Street /
Okay, so it's set to repeat. We can turn that off. We'll just make that just the one time while we're doing this. 0. I'll save that. Just got to look over here because the screen's over there. All right. Yes, so it actually said structural fire code 1. So it is smart enough to know some codes, but not all codes. And then you've got the rest of it here. You've got / Stall Street, and it's then gets a little bit messy with all this map booking references and grid references and who's been paged to it. It says CLFRD, CSALE, and then F23, blah, blah, blah. You heard it anyway. So we need to change that. And the F code here is a representation of who's actually been paged to the event. So first thing we could do is we could change this the F function. So to do that, we'll go up to, I'll just go back to Phonetics, and I've got a cheat sheet up on another screen here, so I'm just bringing it up. So if you might see me take a bit of time, it's because I'm just looking for my cheat sheet. Okay, so where I've got in, and I've been trialing this with my own login, so I know it sounds pretty good the way I've got it set up. So where I've got the F, so let's type in F. Oops, don't know why I did that. Where I've got the F, I've got the words page too, so I've just copy and paste from the other page.
Brigades paged.
And you click the button there. Let me just change. Can I do this while I'm live? Should be open. Got one. There we go. So we just click on the test button.
Brigades paged. Brigades paged.
To see what it sounds like. Now I've put a comma in there, just so it gives a bit of a space to the way it says it. And let's just add a new line. And if we go back to our page here, we had, now I didn't hit save, did I? No. But anyway, so we've got the Brigades page was Longford and SALE. So we need to enter those codes as well. So if we go back to here, because I didn't save it, I need to do it again, which is easy enough to do. Put that in there, test that.
Brigades paged.
And with SALE, go back to my cheat sheet. Okay, SALE, we need put in this code here. So if you see what we've got here, we have, I can't see because my screen's on here. Let me see if I can clear that. No, I can't. I'm going to have to look over here. Okay, so on here we've got SALU, then we've got square bracket 1-9 and a square bracket. So open square bracket, close square bracket. And we want to change that to say SALE. Hang on, no, I've got that wrong. Correction. Oh, I mucked it up. It's supposed to say SALE. I don't know why it's got U. Oh, U for that's for SES. So we will change that to SALE. Disregard that bit. Okay, we'll copy that and we just go SALE. SALE Brigade paged. Can we test that?
Support SALE Brigade.
Support SALE Brigade. Okay, SALE Brigade is this code here, and it's their area from 1 to 9 in their overlay. So we hit save, we'll go back to here, and now if we hit the message, you'll hear when it says this F, CLFRD and CSALE, no, correction, sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. It's this bit here. SALE 1 will change to support SALE because we're a supporting brigade to them. It's not actually our message. So we need to put in these codes here as well. So if we go back to here, add a line, and if we go to was it C, go C CSALE. Yep, CSALE. So we enter CSALE, and we'll change that to say SALE Brigade. And what we've got, or what I found is the best way to do it, is to put a exclamation mark in there so it pauses. We've got exclamation, SALE Brigade, and then a comma, so it pauses.
SALE Brigade.
And then we'll add Longford. Longford. I'm just checking my notes. I'm going to have to look over here because I can't see it with the program I've got running on here. FRD. So we've got CLFRD, and then we want it to say, I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to put SALE and I'm going to go Longford. And if we hit the test,
Longford Brigade.
Okay, we'll go up to the top here and hit the save button. Let that save, go back, and then we'll have a listen to what it sounds like now. Right.
Alert Support SALE Brigade. Structure Fire Code 1 Toilet on Fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street / Storwell Street SALE SVSE 8586 B80542827 BRIGADES Paged. Longford Brigade. SALE Brigade F2307086333.
Yeah, so there's that F code. We need to get rid of that as well to clean it up a bit more.
Alert LSPT 1 Non-Structure Fire Code 1 Burn Off Threatening Charlie's Street LOCH SPORT SVSE 8553 E1149687 BRIGADES Paged CGBCH. Longford Brigade CLSPT F2307085554.
Right, so we need to add the Golden Beach one in there and LOCH Sport as well. And then we need to get rid of this, where is it, the F function here, the reference number here. So to do that, let's go back to here, add a new line. Let's go back to my cheat sheet. I'm going to add LOCH Sport. So LOCH Sport is CLSPT, and we'll go LOCH Sport. Here, copy to that, to there, and then I'll test that.
LOCH Sport Brigade.
Yep, and we'll need to add Golden Beach, which was CGBCH, and I'm just going to cheat here and put in that and go Golden Beach. And I'll just make sure that sometimes you need to change the wording a little bit to how it's spelt for how it sounds.
Golden Beach Brigade.
But that sounds okay. And we want to get rid of that F code. So what we need to do for the F code, it's a little bit of a there's a little bit of a way around doing that to get rid of all the numbers. So we put in F, and then we've got the square bracket open, 0-9, square brackets closed, and then we've got the little squiggly type bracket. I don't know how to explain that, but it's like I don't know if you can see it or not. And then you have 9 in there, and then close that. Can I zoom in on that? Can you see it or not? Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Oh, mate, I'll just edit something in a bit later to show you. And then we just put in there, in its replacement for the phonetics, we just put a exclamation, and that should be a nothing. It's just it just doesn't say anything. So let's see what that sounds like now.
Alert Support SALE Brigade. Structure Fire Code 1 Toilet on Fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street / Storwell Street SALE SVSE 8586 B805487 BRIGADES Paged. Longford Brigade. SALE Brigade.
Right, we didn't add the F in there for. We got brigades page. Yeah, we did. Okay, so brigade page is there. Alright, so the other thing we just need to do is get rid of that F reference number. So we go back to my cheat sheet. Let's have a look what I've got here. What F? Alright, so we did get rid of the F. Sorry, did it say it or not? Let me just listen to it again.
Alert LSPT 1 Non-Structure Fire Code 1 Burn Off Threatening Charlie Street LOCH SPORT SVSE 8553 E1149687 BRIGADES Paged. Golden Beach Brigade. Longford Brigade. LOCH SPORT Brigade.
Okay, so it's spelling out brigades for some reason. Why would it be doing that? It might be getting confused with the brackets here. So we can get rid of those. So let's do that. Let's go down to where the brackets is. I'm going to have to move this window. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Right, now this is just jumping around a bit. We need to put in another lot of numbers and stuff. So we'll just go back to here. To get rid of that bracketed information in there, we just put in open bracket, and then an open square bracket, and then a 0-9, close square bracket, then open the squiggly line type bracket with the number 6, and then close the squiggly line type bracket, and then close the normal bracket. And we replace that with just the exclamation mark again. Hit OK. And if I go back to here and click on that message, it should get rid of this bit here.
Alert Support SALE Brigade. Structure Fire Code 1 Toilet on Fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street / Storwell Street SALE SVSE 8586 B805487 BRIGADES Paged. Longford Brigade. SALE.
Okay, so I must have forgot to hit the save button. I did. we'll go through that process again. We'll just hit that, exclamation mark, okay, and hit the save. All right, let's try that again.
Alert Support Sale Brigade.
So
Structure fire code 1 toilet on fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street / Storwell Street SALE SVSE 8586 B8. Brigades paged.
Yeah.
Longford Brigade. Sale Brigade.
So now it's starting to make a bit more sense. We got rid of this bracketed bit here by putting that bit of code in that we did. And so here as well, we'll get that should automatically take that out of the phonetics by just replacing that section with an exclamation mark, which is basically say nothing. And now the F is saying brigades paged as opposed to spelling out the word brigade and then paged. So if I click on that.
Alert LSPT 1 non-structure fire code 1 burn off threatening Charlie's Street Loch Sport SVSE 8553 E11. Brigades paged. Golden Beach Brigade. Longford Brigade. Loch Sport Brigade.
Yeah, so that works. So the other thing we want to try and get rid of is this SVSE reference for mapping. We want to get rid of that out of the message because we don't want it to say that. We don't need it to say that. So once again, we just put in a bit of code into the phonetics generator. So we'll replace that with this one's a little bit more. Actually, there's few. See which one it is. I think it's which one is it? I think it's this one. Let's just see if this one does it. Okay, I've got a couple here on my other web page that I've been playing with, so I'm not sure which one actually worked the best. Sometimes they don't pick up properly. So what I've got here is I've got asterisk // Okay, so this is actually a forward slashing between addresses. So yeah, that's right. I remember this now. So we've got a / to another address or your crossroad references. To try and simplify it, I've taken the crossroad references out with this code because it just is too much information for when you're trying to, you only just want to know where it is roughly as you're getting dressed or getting your turnout gear on and you're jumping on the tanker. You don't want it to be saying all these different crossroads. So that's what this code is. So this code is to get rid of the crossroad references. So we've got asterisk / square bracket open A to Z or A-Z square bracket closed and then plus space. And then we go square bracket open again, A-Z or A2Z or A-Z, and then square bracket closed, and then the plus symbol again. And then we replace that with just the comma, and we go test that, and it should be just nothing. So we'll hit save, and we'll just listen to that now so we can see what our changes are. So these cross references, these crossroads here, where it's double / this one doesn't have a cross reference, but let's see what this one sounds like now.
Alert Support Sale Brigade. Structure fire code 1 toilet on fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street / Storwell Street SALE SVSE 8586 B8. Brigades paged. Longford.
Okay, so that still said it because that's not it didn't give a second cross-reference row. This is what that code was for a second cross-reference row. That's why it's got the double /. So we need to enter in the same but with a single slash. So let's just do that. Because some messages will come across with two cross-reference rows and they'll have a double slash. So we just need to enter in the same thing. So it's asterisk single / square box open A- to Z and square box closed Oh, they're the wrong boxes. That's square. I'm doing the squiggly line one. Sorry about that. Helps if I'm looking at the right screen. And then your plus, and then square, box open, A dash Z, square box closed, and then plus again. Oops, that's a minus, so I've done this, sorry, equals, it needs to be a plus. So that's what happens when you're not looking at the right screen. Plus, we'll replace that with a exclamation mark, hit the OK, test, I mean, and that should be right. That looks right. So let me hit save and see if that's made any changes.
Alert Support SALE Brigade. Structure Fire Code 1 Toilet on Fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street. SALE SVSE 8586B8. Brigades paged. Longford Brigade.
Okay, so that got rid of that because we only just need one street. We just need to point our nose in the right direction, basically. We don't need it to go into full details. We've got that information on our pages anyway. So this is just basically while we've got guys getting into, going to the station, getting into their turnout gear, they can hear roughly who's been turned out to this and what it is. So that's what we're trying to achieve with this supplementary alerting system in the station. We just want it to give a basic rundown of the message. While you're getting dressed, you don't really need to be looking at it. You can see it on the map, but you don't really need to be looking at it. You're hearing it in your head. It's announcing the message over every minute, and you have it set for what, 5 minutes or whatever it takes you to sort of like get out of the station. Wouldn't I mean, what I'm saying, 5 minutes is to the time you get to the station, get dressed, and then you're out of the station. You'd want to hope it's within the 5 minutes. I mean, even 10 minutes. But we want to hope for 5 minutes. You know, we can be hopeful. So that's why I set it for 1 minute at 10 times. By all means, you want to hope that it hasn't repeated the message 10 times before you got to the station, because you know something's wrong if you have. But anyway, we won't worry about that at the moment. All right, so now the other thing we want to change is that the message here where it says the SVSE part, we want to get rid of that as well, because that's just map references we don't need in there. So just make sure that I saved that last bit. I did. All right, so the map reference is the SE number, and I'll just go back to my cheat sheet. SE. Now this one's a bit of a long, phonetic to replace it with just the exclamation mark. So bear with me while I just do a cut and paste, and I'll read it out to you. So you want it to say SESV space, box bracket open, 0-9, box bracket closed, squiggly line bracket open, 3,4, squiggly line closed, space, box bracket open, A-Z, box bracket closed, squiggly line bracket open, 1, squiggly line bracket closed, box bracket open, 0-9, box bracket closed, squiggly line bracket open, 1-2, sorry, correction, 1, 2, squiggly line bracket closed. So if you entered that, then we just go exclamation mark, and there should be nothing said. So it will basically delete that part of the message that we want out. It's the map reference part. It will delete that out because we don't need it to say that. Make sure we hit the save button up here. And if we go to the message and click on the message.
Alert Support SALE Brigade. Structure Fire Code 1 Toilet on Fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street. SALE. Brigades paged. Longford Brigade. SALE Brigade.
And that already sounds much better. Let's listen to this one.
Alert LSPT 1 Non-Structure Fire Code 1 Burn Off Threatening Charlie's Street Loch Sport. Brigades paged. Golden Beach Brigade. Longford Brigade. Loch Sport Brigade.
All right, and as you would have heard there, I haven't put in the Loch Sport turnout areas code. So let's go back to that and enter that. Now we want Loch Sport's code. So Loch Sport's code will be LSPT square bracket open 1-9 square bracket closed. And then we want it to say, because it's a supporting brigade, as you would have seen up there where it says SALE, we do the same thing. So it's support Loch Sport Brigade. Oops, spelled brigade wrong. And we'll put a comma in there just so it has a bit of a pause. We could, sorry, I've put an exclamation in there. You could put a comma, but the comma is a little bit longer pause. So an exclamation mark at the end there is a bit of a shorter pause. Just makes it flow a bit better. So we'll test that.
Support Loch Sport Brigade.
Okay, and I'll save that. And we'll go back to that message.
Alert Support Loch Sport Brigade. Non-Structure Fire Code 1 Burn Off Threatening Charlie's Street Loch Sport. Brigades paged. Golden Beach Brigade. Longford Brigade. Loch Sport Brigade.
Okay, so the other thing I want to try and make it sound a bit more fluent with its speech is the alert part. As you would have heard there when it said alert, it said alert Loch Sport Brigade. There's sort of no pause there. And what I found, the best way to go about that actually is to change it to say emergency alert and then pause. That's just my preference. You can have it say whatever you want, or you could just put alert pause with an exclamation mark. So to do that, we'll just go back to our phonetics. Click on the phonetics there. We'll type in alert, which is the word we want it to replace. And then we want it to actually, sorry, the alert is the word that we are replacing. And we want it to replace with emergency. Well, in our case, we're replacing it with emergency alert. Just because it sounds a little bit like it's more a natural voice to me. You might have different plans, but
emergency alert.
So if we go back to the message, we'll save that. Always remember to save. So we go back to salesman.
Emergency alert. Support SALE Brigade. Structure Fire Code 1 Toilet on Fire at Brennan Park Corner Pearson Street. SALE. Brigades paged. Longford Brigade. SALE Brigade.
All right, and to the Loch Sport paged message.
Emergency alert. Support Loch Sport Brigade. Non-Structure Fire Code 1 Burn Off Threatening Charlie's Street Loch Sport. Brigades paged. Golden Beach Brigade. Longford Brigade. Loch Sport Brigade.
Okay, and so the only thing I've made a difference slightly to that is to the message now is also where it says it's a structural fire or a non-structural fire, an incident, whatever it is on that little bit of the section here. There's no sort of real pause to it. So it says structural fire code one, toilet fire. Same with the non-structural fire burn off. It's sort of a bit too quick. So let's slow it down a little bit. What I've actually done is actually entered the phonetics for those separately. So for a structural fire, I'm just going back to my sheet here. Cheat sheet. Okay. So if the structural fire, so you got structural fire code 1. We'll enter that in there for the word that we want to replace it, and we want to replace it. Well, in our case, I've got it to replace it with the actual wording, and then because if you just put that code in there, then it just reads it out as STRUC1, which doesn't sound too good. So actually changing that from saying structural fire code 1 without a pause, and to put a pause in there, we actually say structural fire code 1 with an exclamation mark. And I'll show you what that sounds like.
Structural fire code 1.
Okay, I'm going to add the other one, which was non-structural fire, so you can hear what they both sound like. And I'll do the same for code 3 as well. So with the code 1 non-structural fire, and this is just me being a bit OCD. By putting that comma in there, it makes it sound a little bit better.
Non-structural fire code 1.
My preference, but you might want to leave it. So if you have a listen now, so where it says this structural fire code 1 toilet on fire, it will have a pause.
Emergency alert. Support SALE Brigade. Structural fire code 1. Toilet on fire at Brennan Park corner Pearson Street. SALE. Brigades paged. Longford Brigade. SALE Brigade.
And the non-structural fire will sound like
Emergency alert. Support LOCH Sport Brigade. Non-structural fire code 1. Burn off threatening Charlie's Street LOCH Sport. Brigades paged. Golden Beach Brigade. Longford Brigade. LOCH Sport Brigade.
There you go. All right, so I hope that helps you out there. I just noticed that my other screen has bled through on the corner here for some reason. So that was my cheat sheet. You can see there I've been looking at there. These are all, hang on, let me just bring this up so you can see. Well, we've got the right one. Get the right one. These are my cheat sheets. All right, so here's my cheat sheet. As you can see there, I've got Warwick. It's spelt differently to what it sounds like, but that's because Warwick, the computer can't pronounce it right, so I've had to change the way it said it.
Warwick.
And then you've got vehicle in their coding, and there's the Peninsula Creek and all those. I've entered those. The ultra tank that comes up as a abbreviation.
Ultralight tanker.
Ultralight tanker. Structurals. I've got all the structurals. Straight brakes. SES. SALE. I've got the SALE tankers in there because sometimes they come across in the page messages. Support SALE. Rosedale. Rescue code 3. POS in the message. So POS is actually where it says POS, persons trapped. I've changed it to actually say possible.
Possible.
It just sounds better, flows better. The incidents there, all the helitacs. I've entered every single helitac that's available. I don't know why I did that. It was a bit of a stupid thing on my behalf because I don't need to enter all those. Golden Beach, grass and scrub fire, code 1 and 3, I should say. Then you've got FP for police responding, fire police responding, flip alarm, fire indicator panel,
Fire indicator panel.
fire danger period. So it's
Fire danger period.
some of these abbreviations that you get across your page message, you can enter those. I've got a lot in here. All the bombers. I was just having a silly moment. I just entered all the bombers in there. So, you know, when you get a bomber message come over, it says bomb 716 on your page message. It actually says
Fire bombers 716.
716. Yeah, so I entered all those. Not necessary. It's not necessary. The best, or I should say, at the worst of times, you might have, say, 3 or 4 that are dedicated to your area. Just put them in. You don't need to put every single fire bomber or helitac in the system there. Oh, I just was had an OCD moment. Even the bird dogs. Look, all the bird dogs are in there too. So you got bird dog 318. We had bird dog. What was that bird dog we had in our location? 396, I think. I could be wrong.
Bird dog 398.
398 maybe. Emergency alert, and then you've got I've got air support for there. Yeah, so just play around with your phonetics, guys. It's a bit of fun if you've got the time for it. And all the best. Hope this video helps you. Cheerio.